Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be in the presence of something truly divine? Pause for a moment. Close your eyes and imagine this. You're standing before an ancient glowing statue that seems to pulse with life itself. The air around you hums softly, vibrating with an energy that defies explanation. Your heart beats slower, your breath deepens, and suddenly, all the noise, the worries, the doubts, the endless chatter in your mind falls away. In its place is a profound stillness, a sense of being held by something far greater than yourself. Can you feel it? That indescribable awe, that overwhelming peace. This isn't just fantasy or wishful thinking. It's what countless pilgrims and seekers have reported when encountering sacred symbols of Tara, the Bodhisattva of compassion. She is more than a deity. She is a living embodiment of hope, resilience, and unconditional love. And yet, even these words fall short of capturing her essence. How do you describe the warmth of sunlight on your skin after weeks of rain? Or the way a mother's embrace can make everything seem okay again? That's Tara. She transcends language, culture, and time because she speaks directly to the soul. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt moments in your own life where something or someone made you believe in the impossible? Maybe it was a stranger's kindness during a dark hour, a sudden insight that changed your perspective, or a quiet moment of clarity amidst chaos. These are glimpses of the divine, reminders that there is always light, even in the deepest shadows. And if you've ever yearned for such experiences, if you've ever wanted to feel truly connected to something beyond yourself, you're not alone. Millions of people across centuries have turned to Tara for guidance, healing, and inspiration. Why? Because she meets us exactly where we are, without judgment, without conditions. Tara's story is one of boundless grace and wisdom. But here's the thing about Tara. Her story isn't just one of ethereal beauty. It's also deeply practical. Her legends teach us how to live with courage, compassion, and purpose. Take, for instance, the tale of the self-arising statue in the Yarlung Valley. This story has captivated imaginations for generations, not only because of its miraculous nature, but because it invites us to ponder questions that lie at the very core of human existence. Imagine this scene. A remote cave nestled in the rugged mountains of Tibet, untouched by modernity. Inside, a statue of Tara appears, not carved by human hands, not placed there by accident, but seemingly born from the earth itself. Pilgrims who visit report seeing it glow with a soft, otherworldly light, as though it contains the essence of the universe within it. Those who pray before it speak of transformation so profound that their lives are never the same afterward. Healing occurs, clarity emerges, faith deepens. Doesn't that spark something inside you? Doesn't it make you wonder what it would be like to stand in that cave, to witness such a miracle firsthand, to feel the weight of millennia of devotion pressing gently against your chest, reminding you that you're part of something much bigger than yourself? And here's the most beautiful part. This isn't just a relic of the past. It's a doorway, an invitation to explore deeper truths about faith, existence, and our interconnectedness with the cosmos. When we delve into stories like this, we begin to see reflections of our own journeys. We realize that the divine isn't out there, separate from us. It's woven into the fabric of our everyday lives, waiting to be recognized. Let us embark on this journey together. So, why does this matter to you? Because understanding Tara's legend and the philosophy behind it can transform the way you see the world. It challenges you to look beyond surface-level realities and seek meaning in the unseen. It encourages you to cultivate compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds you that miracles aren't reserved for ancient caves or distant lands. They happen every day, often in the smallest, most unexpected ways. If this resonates with you, if you're curious to learn more about Tara, her teachings, and how they can enrich your life, I'd love for you to join me on this journey. Subscribe to my channel, or follow along as we dive deeper into these timeless stories, uncovering their wisdom and applying them to our modern lives. Together, we'll explore how to bring more peace, purpose, and connection into your daily routine. Whether you're new to spirituality or a seasoned practitioner, there's something here for everyone. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all searching for? A sense of belonging, a touch of magic, a reminder that, no matter how lost we may feel, there's always a guiding light ready to lead us home. Are you ready to take the first step? Hit subscribe now, and let's embark on this transformative journey together. Who knows? You might just discover your own self-arising miracle along the way. Who is Tara? A bodhisattva beyond time. Before we delve into the miraculous event of the self-arising statue, let us first take a moment to truly understand who Tara is. Why does she hold such reverence in Tibetan Buddhism? And why do millions of people across the globe turn to her for guidance? To answer these questions, we must peel back the layers of her identity, not just as a deity, but as a profound symbol of compassion, liberation, and hope. Compassion, personified. The essence of Tara is often called the Mother of Liberation, a title that carries immense weight and significance. But what does it mean to be a Mother of Liberation? Imagine this. You're trapped in an endless cycle of suffering, confusion, and despair. A state Buddhists refer to as samsara, the ocean of birth, death, and rebirth. Now imagine someone appearing before you, not with judgment or indifference, but with boundless love and understanding. That someone is Tara. She doesn't merely offer solace. She actively ferries beings across this turbulent sea, guiding them toward freedom and enlightenment. Her name itself holds deep meaning. In Sanskrit, Tara means star, or she who saves. Think about the symbolism of a star. It shines brightly in the darkest night, offering direction to those who are lost. Isn't it remarkable that a single being could embody such immense responsibility? Yet, Tara does so with unwavering gentleness and strength. She is both fierce and tender, embodying the perfect balance between action and compassion. Now, picture this vividly. You find yourself adrift in a stormy sea, waves crashing violently around you, threatening to pull you under. Fear grips your heart, and you feel utterly alone. Suddenly, a light appears on the horizon, a guiding star, steady and bright, cutting through the chaos. That light is Tara. She doesn't judge your mistakes, nor does she demand anything in return. She simply extends her hand, ready to lead you to safety. Doesn't that sound like the kind of support we all crave during life's darkest moments? In a world filled with uncertainty, pain, and hardship, Tara represents the ultimate refuge. She reminds us that no matter how dire our circumstances may seem, there is always a way forward, and she will walk beside us every step of the way. Green Tara versus White Tara, two faces of one divine presence. In Tibetan iconography, Tara manifests in various forms, each tailored to meet specific needs. Among her many manifestations, two stand out as particularly significant: Green Tara and White Tara. Together, they form a dual force of action and stillness, embodying the complementary energies necessary for a balanced life. Green Tara, the swift protector. Green Tara is dynamic, vibrant, and full of energy. She is often depicted seated with one leg extended outward, symbolizing her readiness to leap into action at a moment's notice. Known as the remover of obstacles, Green Tara specializes in granting courage, protection, and swift assistance. Whether you're facing external challenges, such as financial struggles, health issues, or conflicts, or internal battles like fear and doubt, Green Tara is there to clear the path ahead. Imagine calling upon Green Tara when you feel stuck or overwhelmed. Visualize her emerald green radiance surrounding you, dissolving barriers and infusing you with renewed determination. Her presence assures you that no obstacle is insurmountable, no challenge too great. With green Tara by your side, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you are supported every step of the way. White Tara, the nurturer of healing and longevity. On the other hand, White Tara embodies serenity, patience, and nurturing care. She is often depicted seated in a meditative posture, with 7 eyes, 1 on each palm, sole, and forehead, symbolizing her omniscience and ability to see the suffering of all beings. White Tara specializes in healing, longevity, and spiritual growth. When you call upon her, you invite peace, restoration, and wholeness into your life. Think about the times when you felt emotionally drained, physically exhausted, or spiritually disconnected. White Tara's gentle energy envelops you like a warm embrace, soothing your wounds and replenishing your vitality. Her blessings remind us that healing isn't just about curing ailments. It's about restoring harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. Through her grace, we learn to cultivate patience, resilience, and inner peace. Together, Green Tara and White Tara teach us an invaluable lesson. Life requires both movement and stillness, action and reflection. Without Green Tara's dynamism, we risk stagnation. Without White Tara's tranquility, we risk burnout. By honoring both aspects, we align ourselves with the natural rhythms of existence. What makes Tara different from other deities? Accessibility and relatability. But here's the question that lingers in the minds of many. What makes Tara different from other deities? After all, countless traditions worship gods and goddesses who promise salvation, protection, and guidance. So, why does Tara resonate so deeply with so many people? The answer lies in her accessibility. Unlike distant gods who reside in celestial realms, detached from human concerns, Tara walks among us. She listens to our prayers, responds to our cries, and meets us exactly where we are. There's no need for elaborate rituals or grand gestures to earn her favor. All it takes is sincerity, a heartfelt plea, a whisper of devotion, or even just a silent longing for help. How comforting is it to know that no matter how lost or broken we may feel, there is always someone, or rather, something, waiting to guide us back to wholeness. Tara's relatability is what sets her apart. She understands our struggles because she has chosen to remain close to us, refusing to ascend fully into enlightenment until all sentient beings are free from suffering. This vow of compassion makes her not just a deity, but a companion, a friend, and a source of unwavering support. Consider this. How often do we feel abandoned by forces beyond our control? Whether it's illness, loss, or failure, life has a way of making us feel small and insignificant. But Tara reminds us that we are never truly alone. She is the light in the darkness, the calm in the storm, the voice that whispers, "You are enough." Her presence reassures us that even in our most vulnerable moments, we are worthy of love, care, and redemption. Why do millions turn to Tara? So, why do millions of people across the globe turn to Tara for guidance? The reasons are as diverse as humanity itself. For some, she is a protector, shielding them from harm and danger. For others, she is a healer, mending their wounds and restoring their strength. Still, others see her as a teacher, imparting wisdom and insight into the nature of reality. Regardless of individual motivations, one thing remains constant. Tara offers unconditional love and support, meeting each person exactly where they are on their journey. In today's fast-paced, chaotic world, Tara's message of compassion and liberation feels more relevant than ever. We live in an age of disconnection, disconnected from ourselves, from others, and from the planet. Yet, Tara reminds us that connection is possible. By cultivating compassion, practicing mindfulness, and opening our hearts to the divine, we can rediscover our place in the web of life. And here's the most beautiful part. You don't have to be Buddhist to benefit from Tara's teachings. Her essence transcends religious boundaries, speaking directly to the universal human desire. for peace, purpose, and belonging. Whether you're seeking solace, inspiration, or transformation, Tara welcomes you with open arms. The legend of the self-arising statue, a miracle, born of faith. Now, let's turn our attention to the heart of the story, the self-arising statue of Tara. Imagine this scene, a remote cave nestled in the majestic Yarlung Valley, surrounded by towering mountains that seem to touch the heavens and whispering winds that carry secrets from another time. This sacred space, untouched by modernity, is said to be where a statue of Tara emerged spontaneously, without any human intervention. Can you imagine the awe-inspiring wonder of witnessing such an event? To see something materialize out of thin air, something so profound that it defies the laws of nature, would shake the very foundation of your beliefs, wouldn't it? The idea of a self-arising statue challenges everything we think we know about creation and existence. In a world governed by logic and reason, miracles like this remind us that there are forces at play beyond our comprehension. They invite us to question, what if the divine isn't just a distant concept, but an active presence in our lives? And what if faith has the power to manifest the impossible? The miraculous glow. A beacon of hope. According to legend, pilgrims who ventured into the cave noticed something extraordinary. The statue glowed with a soft, ethereal light, a luminosity so pure that it illuminated the darkness like a beacon of hope. Not only that, but it exuded an aura of peace so palpable that visitors felt their worries melt away as soon as they entered its presence. Have you ever experienced a moment when time seemed to stand still, and everything around you radiated pure tranquility? That's the kind of atmosphere described in these accounts. This glowing light wasn't just a visual phenomenon. It was a visceral experience. Pilgrims reported feeling enveloped by warmth, as though the statue itself were alive, pulsating with energy. Some described it as being wrapped in a cocoon of unconditional love, while others likened it to stepping into a dreamlike state where all fears dissolved instantly. Doesn't that sound like the kind of sanctuary we all long for in moments of despair? But what does this glowing light signify? On a literal level, it suggests divine intervention, a tangible manifestation of Tara's presence in the physical realm. It's as if the universe conspired to create a bridge between the seen and the unseen, allowing humanity to glimpse the divine directly. Yet, on a deeper, symbolic level, the glow speaks to the illumination of consciousness. Just as the statue shines brightly in the physical world, so too can our inner selves shine when we connect with higher truths. Could it be that the glow represents the awakening of our own potential for compassion and enlightenment? Think about it. When we align ourselves with qualities like kindness, empathy, and wisdom, don't we begin to radiate a similar light? This light doesn't come from external sources. It emanates from within, born out of our willingness to embrace love over fear, connection over separation, and unity over division. The self-arising statue, then, becomes not just a miraculous artifact, but a mirror reflecting the divinity within each of us. A catalyst for transformation, unlocking hidden reserves. Here's the most fascinating part of the legend. Those who prayed before the statue reported experiencing profound spiritual transformations. Some spoke of newfound clarity, as if a veil had been lifted from their eyes, allowing them to see life with fresh perspective. Others described emotional healing, feeling burdens they had carried for years suddenly dissolve into nothingness. A few even claimed miraculous recoveries from illnesses that doctors had deemed incurable. Doesn't this make you wonder about the power of intention and devotion? When we pour our hearts into prayer, when we surrender ourselves completely to a higher purpose, is it possible that we unlock hidden reserves of strength and resilience? Consider this analogy. Faith is like a key, and devotion is the hand that turns it. Together, they open doors to dimensions of reality that remain closed to those who live solely in the material plane. Prayer isn't just words. It's an act of trust, a declaration that we are willing to let go of control and allow something greater than ourselves to guide us. Think about it. In today's fast-paced world, How often do we pause to reflect on our inner state? We're constantly bombarded by distractions, social media notifications, work deadlines, personal dramas. And yet, deep down, we yearn for meaning. We crave connection, not just with others, but with something transcendent. Perhaps the self-arising statue serves as a reminder that true transformation begins when we quiet the noise and open ourselves to the infinite possibilities of the spirit. Imagine sitting in silence before the statue, letting its glow wash over you. As you breathe deeply, you feel layers of tension, fear, and doubt peeling away, revealing the radiant core of your being. You realize that the answers you've been searching for aren't out there, somewhere. They've been inside you all along, waiting to be uncovered. The statue acts as a catalyst, helping you access this inner wisdom and reminding you of your inherent worthiness. Why does this story resonate so deeply? At its core, the legend of the self-arising statue taps into universal themes that transcend cultural and religious boundaries. It speaks to our innate desire for connection, to something greater than ourselves, to our higher selves, or simply to a deeper truth about existence. Whether you believe in divine intervention or view the story as a metaphor for inner awakening, its message remains powerful. Miracles are possible when we approach life with an open heart and a willingness to trust. Moreover, the story challenges us to reconsider our assumptions about reality. If a statue can arise without human hands, what else might be possible? Could it be that the universe operates according to principles far more intricate and mysterious than we can comprehend? These questions spark curiosity and wonder, inviting us to explore the unknown with courage and humility. A call to reflection. As you reflect on this legend, ask yourself, what would it take for me to experience my own self-arising miracle? Would it require more faith, more devotion, or simply a willingness to slow down and listen to the whispers of my soul? The beauty of the story lies in its universality. It reminds us that miracles aren't reserved for ancient caves or distant lands. They happen every day, often in the smallest, most unexpected ways. So, the next time you find yourself overwhelmed by life's challenges, remember the self-arising statue. Let its glow inspire you to seek out the light within yourself. Trust that no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always a star shining somewhere, ready to guide you home. Philosophical reflections. The nature of reality and divine intervention. Let's pause for a moment and consider the broader implications of this legend. What does the concept of a self-arising object tell us about the nature of reality? And how does it relate to our understanding of the divine? These questions aren't just intellectual exercises. They invite us to explore the very fabric of existence, challenging us to see the world through a lens of wonder, curiosity, and humility. The paradox of creation. Who, or what, is responsible? In many religious traditions, creation is attributed to a supreme being, an architect who designs the universe according to a grand plan. This idea provides comfort, offering a clear explanation for the origins of everything we see and experience. Yet, the concept of a self-arising statue complicates this narrative. If the statue appeared without human intervention, then who, or what, was responsible for its creation? Was it Terra herself, manifesting directly into the material world? Or was it the collective energy of countless prayers, intentions, and devotions converging at that precise location? This paradox forces us to confront the limitations of our understanding. We live in a world where causality, the idea that every effect has a discernible cause, is deeply ingrained in our thinking. But what if causality isn't as straightforward as we believe? What if there are forces at play that operate beyond the boundaries of linear time and space? Consider this. Perhaps the statue arose not because of a single creator, but because of an intricate web of interconnected energies. In Buddhist philosophy, this interconnectedness is often described as dependent origination, the idea that all phenomena arise in dependence upon causes and conditions. Applied to the self-arising statue, This principle suggests that the statue's appearance wasn't random or isolated. Instead, it was the result of countless factors aligning perfectly. The devotion of pilgrims, the sanctity of the cave, the spiritual energy of the Yarlung Valley, and perhaps even the prayers of beings across time and space. Doesn't this thought fill you with a sense of awe, to realize that everything we perceive as real is part of a vast living tapestry, a cosmic symphony in which each note, no matter how small, contributes to the harmony of the whole? It challenges the illusion of separateness, reminding us that we are not isolated individuals, but threads woven into a greater fabric. Every thought we think, every emotion we feel, every action we take sends ripples through this interconnected web, shaping the world in ways both seen and unseen. Imagine standing before the self-arising statue, feeling its glow and sensing the weight of millennia of devotion pressing gently against your chest. You begin to understand that you too are part of this continuum. Your prayers, your intentions, your acts of kindness, they matter. They contribute to the collective energy that shapes reality itself. Isn't that empowering? To know that even the smallest gesture can have profound implications. Faith as a bridge between worlds. Tuning into the unseen, at the core of this legend lies the theme of faith. Without belief in Tara's power, would the statue have had the same impact? Would pilgrims have felt the same sense of peace and transformation? Faith acts as a bridge between the seen and the unseen, allowing us to access dimensions beyond ordinary perception. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency. You must trust that the signal exists, even if you can't see it. But what exactly is faith? Is it blind belief? Or is it something deeper? A willingness to open yourself to possibilities that defy logic and reason. Faith isn't about ignoring evidence or rejecting critical thinking. Rather, it's about embracing uncertainty and trusting that there is more to life than meets the eye. It's about cultivating a relationship with the unknown, surrendering to the mystery, and allowing yourself to be guided by intuition and inner knowing. Consider this. How much of our daily lives is shaped by unseen forces? Gravity keeps us grounded. Electromagnetic fields enable communication, and quantum particles behave in ways that defy logic. Yet, we rarely stop to marvel at these invisible mechanisms that sustain our existence. Similarly, faith connects us to energies that operate beyond the visible spectrum. When we pray, meditate, or engage in acts of devotion, we're tapping into these unseen forces, aligning ourselves with a higher purpose and inviting transformation into our lives. Isn't it empowering to think that we possess the ability to tap into these forces through sincere devotion? Faith isn't passive. It requires active participation. It demands that we show up again and again with an open heart and a willingness to trust. Whether it's lighting a candle, reciting a mantra, or simply sitting in silence, these practices create a channel through which divine energy can flow. Over time, they build resilience, deepen our connection to the sacred, and help us navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. The role of intention, shaping reality through thought. One of the most profound lessons of the self-arising statue is the power of intention. If the statue emerged as a result of collective prayers and devotions, then it suggests that our thoughts and intentions have the potential to shape reality itself. This idea isn't unique to Buddhism. It appears in various spiritual traditions and even in modern science. Quantum physics, for example, posits that observation influences outcomes, suggesting that consciousness plays a fundamental role in the manifestation of physical reality. What does this mean for us on a practical level? It means that our intentions matter, not just to ourselves, but to the world around us. When we focus our minds on positive outcomes, when we act with compassion and integrity, we contribute to the creation of a better, more harmonious reality. Conversely, when we dwell on negativity, fear, or doubt, we reinforce those energies, making them more likely to manifest in our lives. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how your mood shifts when you surround yourself with uplifting people, music, or environments, or how focusing on gratitude can transform your perspective, even in difficult circumstances? These experiences illustrate the power of intention. By consciously directing our thoughts and actions toward positivity, we align ourselves with the same creative forces that brought the self-arising statue into being. A call to embrace. Mystery. Ultimately, the legend of the self-arising statue invites us to embrace the mystery of existence. It reminds us that not everything can, or should, be explained. There is beauty in uncertainty, magic in the unknown, and wisdom in letting go of the need for answers. Life is full of paradoxes, contradictions, and unanswered questions, and that's okay. Sometimes, the most profound truths lie just beyond the reach of language and logic. So, the next time you find yourself grappling with existential questions or searching for meaning, remember the self-arising statue. Let it inspire you to trust in the unseen, to honor the interconnectedness of all things, and to approach life with a sense of wonder and reverence. After all, isn't the journey itself, the exploration, the questioning, the seeking, just as important as any destination? The healing power of compassion. Lessons for modern life. One of the most striking aspects of the self-arising statue is its association with healing. Whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, healing is a universal desire, a longing that transcends cultures, religions, and generations. But what exactly is healing, and how does it occur? To answer these questions, we must look beyond the surface and explore the deeper dimensions of wholeness, connection, and compassion. Healing as wholeness, restoring balance. Within, in Buddhist philosophy, healing is not merely about curing ailments or alleviating symptoms. It's about restoring harmony when we suffer, whether from illness, grief, trauma, or even everyday stress. We become fragmented. Our minds race, our hearts ache, and we feel disconnected, not only from others, but also from ourselves. This fragmentation creates a sense of dissonance, leaving us feeling incomplete, lost, or adrift. True healing, then, involves reintegration, bringing all parts of our being back into alignment. It's about mending the fractures within, reconnecting with our inner selves, and finding balance in body, mind, and spirit. Doesn't that resonate with your own experiences? Think about a time when you felt whole again after overcoming adversity. What brought you back to center? Was it the support of loved ones? A moment of clarity during meditation? Or perhaps an act of kindness that reminded you of your inherent worth? Tara's role as a healer reminds us that compassion is the key to wholeness. Compassion isn't just a passive emotion. It's an active force that has the power to transform both the giver and the receiver. By extending kindness to ourselves and others, we create ripples of positive energy that reverberate throughout the world. Have you ever noticed how helping someone else lifts your spirits? That's because compassion is contagious. It spreads joy, fosters connection, and bridges divides. Consider this analogy. Imagine a pond disturbed by a storm, its surface churned into chaos. Each act of compassion is like dropping a pebble into the water, creating gentle waves that smooth out the turbulence. Over time, these waves restore the pond to its natural state of stillness and clarity. Similarly, when we practice compassion, we begin to heal not only ourselves, but also the collective consciousness of humanity. Applying Tara's wisdom today, a compassionate response to modern challenges in our modern age, marked by division, uncertainty, and rapid change. Tara's message of compassion is more relevant than ever. We live in a world where fear, anger, and polarization often dominate headlines and social discourse. Yet, amidst the chaos, there is an opportunity, a chance to choose a different path. Instead of reacting to challenges with anger or fear, we can choose to respond with empathy and understanding. Imagine a world where everyone practiced this simple yet transformative principle. Wouldn't it be a place of greater peace and cooperation? Picture communities coming together to support one another, workplaces fostering environments of mutual respect, and nations resolving conflicts through dialogue rather than violence. These visions may seem idealistic, but they are possible if we commit to embodying the qualities Tara represents. So, the next time you face difficulty, ask yourself, what would Tara do? How can I approach this situation with an open heart and a willingness to serve? These questions might seem small, but their impact can be monumental. For example, in relationships, when conflicts arise, instead of lashing out in frustration, pause and consider the other person's perspective. Ask yourself, what pain or fear might they be carrying? Responding with empathy can de-escalate tension and foster deeper understanding. At work, in high-pressure environments, it's easy to become overwhelmed by deadlines and expectations. Instead of succumbing to stress, take a moment to breathe and refocus. Offer encouragement to a colleague who seems overwhelmed, or simply acknowledge their efforts. Small acts of kindness can create a ripple effect, transforming workplace dynamics. In daily life, even in mundane situations, like standing in line at the grocery store or navigating traffic, you have opportunities to practice compassion. Smile at a stranger, let someone go ahead of you, or simply hold space for patience and understanding. These moments may seem insignificant, but they contribute to a culture of kindness and connection. Compassion as a path to personal transformation. Beyond its societal implications, compassion also serves as a powerful tool for personal transformation. When we extend kindness to others, we simultaneously nurture our own well-being. Studies in psychology and neuroscience have shown that acts of compassion release oxytocin, the love hormone, which reduces stress, boosts mood, and strengthens social bonds. In essence, compassion is a gift that keeps on giving, benefiting both the giver and the receiver. But practicing compassion isn't always easy. It requires vulnerability, courage, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zones. Sometimes, it means forgiving those who have wronged us. Other times, it means offering help when we ourselves feel depleted. And perhaps most challenging of all, it means extending compassion inward, to ourselves. How often do we criticize ourselves for mistakes, dwell on perceived shortcomings, or push ourselves to the brink of exhaustion in pursuit of perfection? Tara teaches us that self-compassion is just as important as compassion for others. By treating ourselves with gentleness and understanding, we create a foundation of inner strength and resilience. From this place of wholeness, we are better equipped to navigate life's challenges and extend compassion to the world around us. The ripple effect of compassion, transforming the world, one act at a time. Here's the most beautiful part about compassion. Its effects aren't limited to the immediate recipient. Like ripples spreading across a pond, each act of kindness creates a chain reaction, influencing countless lives in ways we may never fully comprehend. Consider this story. A woman struggling with depression receives a heartfelt note from a friend, reminding her that she is valued and loved. Inspired by this gesture, she decides to pay it forward by volunteering at a local shelter. There, she meets a teenager who feels unseen and unheard. Her presence and encouragement give him the strength to pursue his dreams. Years later, that teenager grows up to become a teacher, dedicating his life to uplifting others, all because of one small act of compassion. This is the power of Tara's wisdom. It reminds us that no act of kindness is too small, no word of encouragement too insignificant. Each moment offers an opportunity to plant seeds of compassion that will grow and flourish over time. And while we may not see the full extent of their impact, we can trust that they are contributing to a more harmonious, loving world. A call to action. Embrace compassion in your daily life. As you reflect on the healing power of compassion, I invite you to make a commitment to yourself and to the world. Start small. Choose one act of kindness today, whether it's offering a listening ear, expressing gratitude, or simply smiling at a stranger. Notice how it makes you feel. Notice how it affects those around you. Over time, these small actions will accumulate, creating a profound shift in your life and the lives of others. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Just as the self-arising statue served as a source of inspiration for countless pilgrims, so too can Tara guide you on your journey. Call upon her whenever you need strength, clarity, or courage. Recite her mantra, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, and allow her presence to fill your heart with peace. Trust that she is with you, supporting you every step of the way. Because, ultimately, compassion isn't just a quality, it's a way of being. It's a choice to see the divine in everyone, to honor the interconnectedness of all life, and to walk through the world with an open heart. And in doing so, we not only heal ourselves, but also contribute to the healing of the world. Expanding the narrative. Broader themes and connections. To fully appreciate the depth of this legend, let's explore some additional themes and connections that enrich its meaning. These layers of interpretation not only deepen our understanding of the self-arising statue, but also highlight universal truths about human nature, spirituality, and the search for transcendence. Sacred sites and pilgrimage. A journey toward the eternal. The Yarlung Valley, where the self-arising statue appeared, holds immense historical and cultural significance. Known as the cradle of Tibetan civilization, it is home to numerous sacred sites and relics that have drawn pilgrims for centuries. But why do humans feel so irresistibly drawn to such locations? Is it because they offer a glimpse of eternity amidst the transient nature of life? Or is there something more profound at play? Something that speaks directly to the soul? Imagine standing in the Yarlung Valley, surrounded by towering mountains and whispering winds. The air feels different here, heavier with history, lighter with possibility. Every step you take seems to echo through time, connecting you to countless others who have walked this path before you. This is what makes pilgrimage so powerful. It's not just a physical journey, it's a spiritual quest. Each step taken toward a sacred site represents progress along the path to enlightenment. As you walk, you shed layers of ego and attachment, becoming lighter and freer with each passing mile. Think about it. What does it mean to embark on a pilgrimage? For many, it's an act of surrender, an acknowledgement that there is something greater than oneself worth striving for. Whether it's traveling to Lhasa, Mecca, Jerusalem, or any other sacred destination, the act of pilgrimage requires intention, effort, and faith. It's a reminder that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and perseverance. But pilgrimage doesn't always require physical travel. In fact, many of us undertake metaphorical pilgrimages every day without realizing it. Have you ever set out on a personal journey to heal from trauma, overcome fear, or discover your purpose? If so, then you've already begun your own pilgrimage. Each challenge you face, each lesson you learn, brings you closer to wholeness and alignment with your higher self. If you've never embarked on a pilgrimage, literal or metaphorical, perhaps now is the time to start. Consider visiting a place that holds special meaning for you, whether it's a natural sanctuary, a temple, or even a quiet corner of your home. Allow yourself to be present in that space, to listen deeply, and to connect with the energy around you. You might be surprised by what you discover, not just about the world, but about yourself. Self-arising objects across cultures, universal longings for transcendence. While the self-arising statue of Tara is unique to Tibetan Buddhism, similar phenomena appear in other traditions. For example, Hinduism has stories of self-manifested lingams, symbols of Shiva, which are believed to have emerged spontaneously from the earth. Similarly, Christianity recounts instances of miraculous icons and relics, objects imbued with divine power that defy explanation. Even ancient Greek mythology speaks of sacred stones and artifacts that were said to possess supernatural qualities. What do these shared motifs reveal about the human psyche? Do they suggest a universal longing for transcendence and meaning? At first glance, these stories may seem disparate, rooted in vastly different cultures and belief systems. Yet, when we examine them closely, we begin to see common threads woven throughout. They all point to humanity's innate desire to connect with the divine, to touch something eternal and unchanging in a world that is constantly shifting. Consider this. Why are we so captivated by objects that appear to defy the laws of nature? Is it because they remind us of our own potential for transformation? Or is it because they serve as tangible proof that miracles are possible? That the universe operates according to principles far more intricate and mysterious than we can comprehend? Perhaps it's both. By examining these parallels, we begin to see that spirituality transcends cultural boundaries. At its core, it reflects humanity's collective aspiration to connect with something greater than ourselves. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Despite our differences, our languages, customs, and beliefs, we share a common yearning for truth, beauty, and connection. This realization can inspire us to approach others with greater empathy and understanding, recognizing that beneath the surface, we're all searching for the same things. The symbolism of sacred objects, bridging the seen and unseen sacred objects, like the self-arising statue of Tara, hold immense symbolic power. They act as bridges between the seen and the unseen, the material and the spiritual. When we encounter such objects, we're reminded that the divine isn't confined to distant realms. It permeates every aspect of existence, even the most ordinary things. A stone, a tree, a ray of sunlight can carry traces of the sacred if we approach them with reverence and openness. Take a moment to reflect on the role of sacred objects in your own life. Do you have a talisman, a photograph, or a piece of jewelry that holds deep meaning for you? Perhaps it's something passed down through generations, carrying the weight of family history. Or maybe it's a simple object that reminds you of a pivotal moment in your journey. Whatever it is, it serves as a touchstone, a reminder of who you are and what you value. In the case of the self-arising statue, its miraculous origin amplifies its symbolic significance. It's not just a representation of Tara, it's a manifestation of her presence, a physical embodiment of her compassion and wisdom. When pilgrims stand before it, they aren't merely looking at a statue, they're experiencing a direct encounter with the divine. And in that moment, they're reminded of their own divinity, their own capacity for love, courage, and transformation. A call to seek the sacred in everyday life. As we reflect on these broader themes, I invite you to consider how you can bring the spirit of pilgrimage and sacredness into your daily life. You don't need to travel to a distant land or visit a famous shrine to experience the divine. The sacred is all around you, in the laughter of a child, the rustle of leaves in the wind, the kindness of a stranger. All it takes is a shift in perspective, a willingness to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. Start small. Create a sacred space in your home where you can meditate, pray, or simply sit in silence. Fill it with objects that inspire you. Candles, crystals, photographs, or anything else that resonates with your spirit. Use this space as a sanctuary, a place to reconnect with yourself and the world around you. Over time, you'll find that the sacred begins to seep into every aspect of your life, transforming even the most mundane moments into opportunities for growth and gratitude. And remember, the journey doesn't end when you reach your destination. Whether you're walking toward a literal sacred site or navigating the twists and turns of your inner landscape, the true pilgrimage is one of the heart. It's about staying open, staying curious, and trusting that the universe will guide you exactly where you need to go. Oh, final thoughts. Embracing the mystery. As we conclude this exploration, I invite you to reflect deeply on the following questions, not as mere intellectual exercises, but as heartfelt meditations that can guide your journey forward. These reflections are not meant to provide easy answers. Instead, they aim to open doors within you, inviting curiosity, introspection, and perhaps even revelation. What does the legend of the self-arising Tara statue mean to you? Personally, take a moment to sit quietly with this question. Close your eyes if you need to. Breathe deeply, and let the image of the glowing statue in the Yarlung Valley come alive in your mind. What emotions arise when you imagine it? Do you feel awe, comfort, a sense of longing for something greater than yourself? For some, the legend might evoke feelings of wonder, a reminder that there is still magic in the world, despite the cynicism that often clouds our modern perspective. For others, it may serve as a metaphor for inner awakening. The self-arising statue could symbolize the untapped potential within each of us, the divine spark waiting to be uncovered through patience, faith, and effort. Have you ever felt moments in your life where something seemingly ordinary transformed into something extraordinary? Perhaps it was a chance encounter, a sudden insight during meditation, or an unexpected solution to a problem that had been plaguing you. Could these moments be your own self-arising miracles? The beauty of the Tara legend lies in its universality. It doesn't matter whether you're Buddhist, spiritual, agnostic, or skeptical. The story speaks to anyone who has ever yearned for connection, to something beyond themselves, to their higher selves, or simply to a deeper truth about existence. So, what does it mean to you? Is it a call to seek out sacred spaces, both external and internal? Or is it an invitation to trust that help will arrive when you least expect it, just as the statue appeared miraculously in the cave? How can you incorporate Tara's qualities of compassion and wisdom into your daily life? Compassion and wisdom are not abstract ideals reserved for enlightened beings. They are qualities we can cultivate every single day. But how do we make them practical? How do we bring Tara's essence into the hustle and bustle of our daily routines? Start small. Begin by observing your thoughts and actions throughout the day. Are you quick to judge others? Do you react with anger or frustration when things don't go your way? If so, pause and ask yourself, what would compassion look like in this situation? Sometimes, all it takes is a shift in perspective, a conscious decision to respond with kindness rather than irritation. Here's a simple practice. Each morning, set an intention to embody one aspect of Tara's nature. For example, if you choose compassion, challenge yourself to perform at least 3 acts of kindness before the day ends. They don't have to be grand gestures. Smiling at a stranger, listening attentively to a friend, or offering assistance to someone in need can ripple outward in ways you might never fully comprehend. Wisdom, on the other hand, requires reflection. It's about seeing situations clearly, without distortion from fear, ego, or attachment. When faced with a difficult decision, try asking yourself, what is the most compassionate choice here? What action aligns with my highest values? Wisdom isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the process of discernment and staying open to learning. And remember, incorporating these qualities doesn't mean you have to become a saint overnight. It's okay to stumble. What matters is the willingness to keep trying, to keep growing. Every step you take toward compassion and wisdom brings you closer to embodying Tara's light in your own unique way. In what ways can faith and devotion help you navigate the challenges of modern existence? Faith and devotion. 2 words that carry immense weight, yet remain elusive to many. In a world driven by logic, data, and instant gratification, faith can feel like an outdated concept. Yet, paradoxically, it's precisely what we need to navigate the chaos of modern life. Think about it. How often do you find yourself overwhelmed by uncertainty? Whether it's career pressures, relationship struggles, or existential doubts, life constantly throws curveballs our way. Faith doesn't eliminate these challenges, but it gives us the courage to face them head-on. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is a larger purpose at play, a divine order that we may not always understand but can learn to trust. Devotion amplifies this trust. When you dedicate time and energy to something greater than yourself, whether it's praying to Tara, practicing mindfulness, or serving others, you create a sense of stability amidst the turbulence. Devotion anchors you, grounding you in the present moment and reminding you of your inherent worthiness. Consider this analogy. Life is like sailing across a vast ocean. Without faith, you'd be adrift, tossed around by every wave and storm. With faith, however, you have a compass, a guiding star that points you toward your destination, no matter how far away it seems. And devotion, that's the wind in your sails, propelling you forward with purpose and determination. But here's the catch. Faith and devotion aren't passive states. They require active participation. You must nurture them through consistent practice, chanting mantras, engaging in rituals, or simply sitting in silence and connecting with your inner self. Over time, these practices build resilience, allowing you to weather life's storms with grace and equanimity. Remember, the story of the self-arising statue is not just a relic of the past. It's alive. It breathes. It whispers to those who listen. This story isn't confined to ancient texts or distant caves. It lives within you, waiting to unfold in your own life. The self-arising statue is more than a miraculous artifact. It's a mirror reflecting your own capacity for transformation. When you embrace the mystery of life, you begin to see the divine in everything. The sunrise becomes a miracle. A child's laughter becomes sacred. Even the mundane tasks of daily living, washing dishes, folding laundry, commuting to work, take on new meaning when approached with reverence and gratitude. So, the next time you find yourself in need of guidance or solace, call upon Tara. Light a candle, recite her mantra, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, and allow her presence to fill your heart with peace. You never know. Perhaps she will reveal herself to you in ways you least expect. Imagine this. You're sitting in stillness, reciting her mantra, and suddenly, a profound sense of calm washes over you. Or maybe you notice synchronicities in your life, signs that seem too meaningful to be coincidental. These moments remind us that the divine is always present, always available, if only we take the time to listen. And who knows? Maybe someday, you'll discover your own self-arising. Miracle life is full of surprises, isn't it? Sometimes, the most extraordinary transformations occur in the most ordinary moments. Perhaps it's a newfound clarity after years of confusion. Or maybe it's a serendipitous encounter that changes the course of your life. Whatever form it takes, your self-arising miracle is waiting for you, ready to emerge when you least expect it. But here's the secret. Miracles don't happen to us. They happen through us. They arise when we align ourselves with compassion, wisdom, and faith. When we open our hearts to the infinite possibilities of the Spirit, we become conduits for divine energy. And in doing so, we not only transform ourselves, but also contribute to the healing of the world. So, as you move forward, carry Tara's light with you. Let her compassion guide your actions, her wisdom illuminate your decisions, and her faith inspire your journey. Trust that no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always a star shining somewhere, ready to guide you home. And who knows, maybe someday you'll discover your own self-arising miracle, a testament to the enduring power of compassion, faith, and the human spirit.